What? Sorry, I had to yawn. Sorry, I had to yawn right as the episode started. Anyway, welcome back to Find Love or Die Trying. Let's have Artemis start in the mansion and... Ooh, I know where to bring Scarlet. Give us a minute to set up the scene, then go find her. It didn't take long to find Scarlet. She found me first. She had just burst through my door and was trying to catch her breath as she slammed it shut behind her. Artemis, thank God you're okay. Oh my God. What's going on, Scarlet? Long story short, I experimented with some of the local fauna on the island earlier. There's really nothing like it. It's really incredible, and ugh, I messed up my intro with you earlier, and whoa. Slow down. I made a new chemical compound that causes amnesia. It's amazing. Wow, that's not something you hear every day. The cool thing is, applying it in just the right amount to a person can make them forget specific things. Who they are, how to write, anything. The bad thing is... Something slammed into the door outside. I almost jumped up from the surprise. Give me brains! And bananas! Applying too much turns people into rabid monkey zombies hell-bent on eating human brains. And bananas. Dear God, not the bananas. The door slammed again. It sounded like it was about to be knocked down. We need to get out of here, and fast. 4 burst through the door and blocked our only exit. Give me brains and bananas. I'll get him out of the way. It'll give you time to run. I've got a better idea. Scarlet blasted forward with a white powder covering his face entirely. He flailed wildly for a few seconds, then fell to the ground, unconscious. What was that? Whoa, what was that? Let's just say for seeing all the bananas he wants now, and we'll leave it at that. Follow me. We ran outside of the mansion as fast as we could. How did this even happen? Oh, I was afraid you'd ask that. I heard from Tara that you lost your memories, and I wanted to see if I could help you get them back. So, I may have experimented on the Brothers 5 to see if I could erase their memories and bring them back. I must have done the numbers wrong. I added way too much. I didn't realize their brains were so empty in the first place. In a weird way, that's really sweet, Scarlet. Thanks. Crazy, but still. Thanks. I'll fix this, I swear. I just need time to make an antidote. Luckily, I left my tools and supplies pretty near here. We can stay there till I've got an antidote. Sounds like a plan. Lead the way. Wait, where are the other girls? Do you think they're still inside? They're actually trapped inside the library right now. Oh shoot, we've got to go back and save them. I don't know how to say this, but I accidentally turned them into zombies too. Ha ha ha. But they were a little bit much, so I locked them in the library. Ha ha ha. We're doomed, aren't we? Scarlet and I passed the time talking about the craziness that was going on and coming up with a plan to save everybody. She seemed to be quite frazzled despite seeming so put together, but I could tell she really did care about the infected. Not enough to prevent this from happening in the first place, but enough. I watched her build a machine that she insists can turn them back to normal, but looking at it, I can't help but be a little bit skeptical. Alright, it's showtime. You really think this will work? You bet, I made it after all. Looks like the coast is clear here. We walked to the outside of the library undetected, but we definitely weren't alone in here. Alright, it's time to save our friends. Brains! They're coming right at us. Nothing to worry about. This is payback for you guys acing your introductions. I'm sorry, what? Oh, nothing. You sure that's gonna cure them? Of course! Something told me Scarlet was going. What the heck? I take my eyes off the camera for 1 second and there's zombies in the house. Not much longer, so the rest of the day is going to bring the antidote to each person. Each of them knocked out. Not quite the first date you expected, huh? You can say that again. It was definitely a first, though? Kat told me that to make the date exciting, I had to get your heart racing. I think I did a pretty good job at that. I guess that's technically true, but aren't there easier ways? Something tells me this woman is full of more surprises. I was about to enter my room when I felt a familiar tap on my shoulder. Hey there, Artemis. Got a minute? Let me just make sure Tara or Scarlet sees me come in here. Fan some flames. Sorry, what? Cat looked around, smiled, then went into my room. I followed suit. First, the good news. Thanks to my plan, we've got enough ratings to avoid early canning. People loved it when you and Tara were the main ship, but loved it even more after Scarlet kicked off this competition. I'm glad to hear I get to live another day. For now, at least. But that can change on a dime, so keep it up. Also, I'm curious how you're feeling about Tara and Scarlet. Between those two, do you have a favorite? Well, let's see. Scarlet turned everybody into zombies, theoretically to help me, and Tara turned me into a pigeon. Scarlet. Though I've known her for less time, I think I like Scarlet more right now. It's amazing how brilliant she is, and I can't ever quite place her. She's fascinating. Really? Well, I can't say that I'm surprised. Let's see where things go with Scarlet. You'll be hanging out with her again soon enough. Anyway, that's it for today. Keep it up, and who knows, you might just be the first one to make it out of here. Night, Artemis. Good night, Cat. She left my room, closing the door behind her. Guess it's time to turn in for the night. Sometimes the most precious moments are the most mundane. It's just the two of us, spending the evening together in the games room. I'm reading a book and at the same time watching her rage against an opponent in a fighting game. It's fun to watch her savor each victory or explode with profanity when she loses. Life is good. It's times like this where you wish life could always be this simple. Sometimes in those moments people wish for more excitement, for fame, for fortune, for anything but the ordinary. But all I want is the ordinary with you. I love this woman so much. So, now it's starting to seem like it might be Tara? I don't know. Anyway, anyone else wake up with the world's worst headache? Tell me about it. What did we even do yesterday? Honestly, I can't remember. Though I did have a dream that we were being chased by someone. Oh really? And who was that? I think it was Scarlet. What are the odds of that? I think I dreamt the same thing. As did I. She locked us in the library, then shot us to pieces. Whoa, that's the same dream I had. What do you think made you all dream up that? Either way, it was just a dream, ha ha ha. Yui used mean glare, it's super effective. Come now, there's no point getting upset at someone at what they did in a dream. You're right, Violet. And yet... ha 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 ha, huh? I seem to remember you being there too, Artemis. Oh man, how am I going to talk my way out of this one? Somehow or another, Scarlet and I managed to convince everybody it was a crazy coincidence. At least, I think we did. Violet was skeptical. Naturally, she had every right to be. Everything she dreamed really did happen. Let's hope this wasn't the kind of dream that comes back again. So I guess I will be hanging out with Violet today. I found Kat in the same place she found me yesterday. Morning, Artemis. It's time to decide who's your last soulmate candidate. Oh man, I'm gonna make a killing from today's bet with 4. The poor guy. He doesn't know you've been rigging the show? What he doesn't know can't hurt him. Anyway, after you make your choice, it'll be just between the 3 soulmate candidates from here on out. Wait just a second, what does... I thought somebody would ask, so let me explain. If you don't get chosen, we'll make the rest of the show a tropical getaway for you. You'll still be able to see the other girls and live in the mansion, so really it's no big deal. Tara did a little fist pump. So without further ado, Artemis, who's the last unlucky girl? I'd like to spend some time today with Violet. Alright, we'll make it happen. Give us a minute to set up the scene, then go find her. I had just gone outside the mansion to find Violet when a white limousine drove up and stopped in front of me. One stepped out from the driver's seat and walked towards me. Artemis, good day. Please do enter. What's with the formal talk? Please just get in the car, Artemis. You already heard what she did to my bro. Huh? He opened the passenger door and ushered me inside. I shrugged and went inside. What's the worst that could happen on a death game dating show? We sat in silence as one drove me to what looked like some sort of fancy restaurant, then escorted me inside. Bonjour, suitor. I trust my new butler brought you here safely. Yeah, he did. What's going on, Violet? I thought I would give you a chance to have some alone time with the star of the show is all. I am told this is what people do when they are courting. Have you never been on a date before? Of course I have. And I've read all the manuals on the subject. I'll have you know, I studied every book of the lusty new Asian maid series, and I know them all by heart. Impressed, I'm sure. That is actually kind of impressive to memorize an entire book series, so, sure, I'm impressed, Violet. Oh, it was nothing. Pardon my interruption, I brought your food. Please be seated, honored guest. Violet and I sat at a table in the center of the palace, as one placed each dish onto the table, one by one. He seemed to linger over the meatballs as he brought them over. Thank you, one. Please don't hold yourself back. Don't think I will. This food looks incredible, and probably worth more than my life. You're right on both counts, Artemis. I'm ecstatic you like the assortment. I've planned it all myself. You're a chef? You could say that. Huh? What do you mean? Anyway, tell me more about yourself, Artemis. There's not too much to say. Amnesia is a heck of a drug. You do not remember your past? Yeah. Bummer, right? Then rest assured, I will find the finest scientists in all the land to help you recover your memory when this is over. That would be great. Thanks, Violet. Think nothing of it. It's the duty of those with more to give back, no? Though, have you ever thought, perchance, that this is actually a blessing in disguise? What do you mean? Many of us would be happier not knowing what drags us down. That may be true, but still, I need to know. You sound just like the reference examples from the romance manuals. Consider me impressed. You know, those manuals are just regular old fiction novels, right? Ha! You're quite funny, Artemis. An admirable trait to have. I like that. Anyway, you haven't told me about yourself, Violet. Who are you? What do you do for fun? I'd like to know. Being the scion of the Valentines does not leave much time for fun, I'm afraid. Even on this show, I spend most of my waking hours managing the Valentine's restaurant businesses. But I suppose, if I have a spell of time, I enjoy baking. I don't get it. Why are you embarrassed by liking baking? Everyone has a hobby. Baking is something of a servant hobby, according to my parents. When they found out I was enjoying that, well, they made sure to stop me from ever doing it again, with all the restaurant work. It's a bit ironic, isn't it? You know what? I do know of what, but what do you mean? Who cares what your parents think? Here on this island, a million miles out, they can't stop you. How about we find some time together to bake up for lost time? She laughed like a child. That would be wonderful, Artemis. I'll make some time on my calendar for you. We spent the next few hours enjoying the finest meal that money could buy. Each course was better than the last, just like each chapter of the lusty new Asian maid, according to Violet. Something tells me that the same applies to every moment I'll share together with Violet. After today's date, I went for a short walk outside the mansion. Oh, hey Artemis. Hey Kat, what's up? Let's not waste any time. I gotta get back to editing, and you know what I want to hear. I know Scarlet was your favorite till now, but maybe Violet has shooken things up a bit. Who's number one now? Oh man, I don't know, they both want to help me get better, which is extremely self-centered, but I literally don't hardly get to know them, so still Scarlet? Because so far Violet has just said that she'll help me, and Scarlet actively tried to, albeit by causing zombies. I don't know. This Scarlet for now. Scarlet is still my number one. I've been counting the days till I can see her again, and I know it's going to be worth the wait. Dang, that's definitely going in the broadcast. I couldn't write that much cheese if I tried. I've got some good news for you then. My plan was a success. Having 3 soulmate candidates has worked magic for our ratings. Which, of course, means the show will go on. That's awesome, so I'm safe now? Just for now, though we're not out of the woods just yet. We need to make sure the next stretch of the show rates even higher. It's time for Phase 2. Over the next 3 days, we'll go on a second date with each of Tara, Scarlet, and Violet. Just imagine how much higher our ratings would be if our viewers got to see even more of their favorites falling in love. Just imagine that sweet ad revenue rolling in. Sorry, I got distracted for a second. Sound good to you? Sounds like a plan to me. Good, that's what I like to hear. Tomorrow morning, I'll be asking you who you want to have your first second date with. Put some thought into that. Sometimes the order of content is just as important as the content itself for ratings. Will do. Thanks, Kat. No biggie, I gotta get back to work, so I'll see you later. Night! I waved goodbye at her as she walked away from the mansion. Guess it's time to turn in for the night. We borrowed a boat and went for a cruise around the island. I love the way the wind feels. Why's that? Feels like freedom. Can't get enough of it. No cameras, no people, nothing to stop me from... She pulled me close and kissed me on the lips. Now this sounds like Allie. Man, I don't know who Mystery Friend is. For a moment, time stopped and we were the only two people that existed. Doing what I want. I smiled. I'm pretty sure we don't need to be all the way out here just for a kiss. I guess you're right. After all... Yeah, no, this is definitely sounding like Allie. We laughed together as we cruised along till the sun went down. The world was ours. The sound of waves grows louder and louder, threatening to pull me back into reality. Will I know you before I'm taken under? Bye-bye!